Welcome back to the CNC Advantage. Today we are doing the Celtic Cross for the week of May 25th through the June 1st. Okay, we already did the weekly read, so I think you're going to find a lot of synchronicities. So if you want to go back and watch that, you can find that on my channel as well. Okay, all right, let's get started. We're actually going to start with your Catalyst card. This is what's going to provoke change in your life. And two of them just popped right off, so I had to take them together, okay? You have the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles speaks to being homeless, being struck out on your own, being isolated. But in this card, you can actually see that this person's not alone, right? There's actually another person with them, and there's light, so even through my own troubles and tribulations of being homeless, you learn that to find the silver lining in things. So maybe the things that you once took for granted before, you no longer do. When you had confusion over what was a need and what was a want and those types of things, maybe those are no longer unclear anymore, and it gives you a greater appreciation for the smaller things in life. Now, when you move forward with this new understanding, Spirit wants you to somehow teach this to others, to stand up, to speak your truth, and don't be ashamed of it. This was my path, this is how I dealt with it, and this is how we're moving forward, right? So it's about conquering and persevering over tough times. And that's what's going to bring about great change here. Gaining a better appreciation for the smaller things in life, okay? Your current situation ties right into this. The Ten of Wands. It speaks of your burdens and things that have been weighing heavily upon you. Maybe you have things that you've been working on very, very hard, and it just doesn't seem to be getting much better. But that could be because you're not focusing on it with a more broad perspective. You're only looking at it how it affects you, or you're only looking at how it negatively impacted you, and not looking at how things can be better moving forward when you change your own perspective. That there's a silver lining kind of thing. You're going to find a lot of synchronicities from the weekly read to this, so I highly recommend you go watch that. Okay, you feel that you work hard and that your work is not appreciated. You feel that, you're under a lot of pressure, a lot of heat. You're feeling a lot of heat right now, and it just, you feel kind of trapped and cut off from Spirit possibly at this time. But that can be farther from the truth, okay? Because you have the Sun and the Four of Pentacles as your challenges for your current situation, right? So the Spirit is with you. I mean, this is masculine energy. This is how Spirit connects to us, is through light and vibrations, right? But we're so used to our pre-programming, which is materialism, possessions, this and that, use and waste. Our greed is kind of getting the better of us, kind of thing. So when we're focused all on financial gain and what we have, sometimes we're missing out on what we really gained as a person through insight, through interactions with people and this and that. We learned how to handle tough situations better and still be happy, still be whole and complete. Okay? Now, when we're trapped, this is what your focus is on right now, right? You're focused on your own man-made prison. You're trapped in your own mind, and you're not seeing any way out. You're inside the box. Spirit is asking you to step outside of that box and be like, let me help you. I can transmute the energy. Step out from behind them swords and just keep moving forward. Go with the flow of things. And this is what's going to change your new direction, right? Because you're coming out of your recent past. You pulled out 3 cards. Now, I know the Celtic cross is only supposed to get 1 card for each, but if they come out together, it really changes the meaning of the cards. So I allow them to speak however they want to speak, and I just relay what I can. Right? So your recent past was you felt that you had it all. And Cooper, come.
Come here.
Oh, okay. You felt that you had it all. That you could just pull from your little honey jar, and every time you needed it, stuff was there. You also have the 2 of Swords in reverse, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. So you feel that you've been waiting for a long time for something to really come to fruition, and you can't quite, you're kind of confused, and you can't figure out why the last bit of it's not coming in for you, or why you're going to go through this trials and tribulations. You've been working hard. It's very clear. You know, you've been doing everything, watching your P's and Q's, and still things aren't quite panning out, or they're taking longer than expected. Now, what I'm hearing right now is it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and allowing or enjoying every step of the process, you know. So without the highs, can there be lows? You know, without the lows, would there be highs, you know? And would you truly appreciate those highs without experiencing the lows? Spirit is saying when you actually endure these experiences, it gives you a more solidified appreciation for things again. To truly appreciate the small things. When you see a small child laugh, when you see the sun come up in the morning, when you see it set on a terribly miserable day, but that last bit of the day was absolutely stunning, you know. So no day is full of nothing but misery, right? These little things of perspective really can bring you back to spirit, bring you back to who you are, help teach you the things that you need to ascend and to move forward. So you felt that you had pretty much everything with the star there. Everybody was coming to you, but you were confused on a lot of things because, you know, things weren't coming in your way. So your strengths in this situation is the 7 of Cups. You have many, many options, and right now you might be only exploring 1, maybe 2 of them, right? But Spirit is saying that there are so many more out there that are still coming in for you, or you haven't explored yet, or maybe you were possibly afraid to explore these, or you felt that they were too much in some way, right? Too expensive, too much more time, too much, you know, and I'm already stretched so thin, and how am I supposed to make time for this and this and this? Maybe cutting the fat off your life and making more time for these things means more than the financial gain, and that the financial gain will come back to you, right? So exploring different options of how to do things You know, there's not just one way to get through life. If there was, then everything would be cut and dry and it'd be real easy to maneuver and manipulate, right? Or navigate, excuse me. Do not do it through manipulation. Manipulation will bring back bad karma, and you know, it can be a tricky double-edged sword. So I mean, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? So if you are going around manipulating people to get your way all the time, you can expect others to come back and do the same to you, and then you're not going to appreciate that very much, right? So now you're going to understand that these people didn't appreciate that very much either, but you did get your way. There is another way, right? Okay, moving forward, you have the Three of Swords. This is in your in reverse, excuse me. This is in your near future. No more betrayal, no more manipulating, no more lies and deceit, no more people whispering in other people's ears to change your outcome. No more cheating, lying, stealing, you know, kind of things like that. You know, the people who were in your way are being removed, right? And it is our job to let them go. Let them evaporate from our lives. You know, they have a new path. You have your new path, and they do not merge anymore. And if you try to hang on to these people, that is not in your highest good at this time. All right? Advice from Spirit. We have the Lover's card. That's divine energy right there coming in as far as advice. To possibly start a new partnership. It could be a new partnership in love. I mean, it is the Lover's card, you know. But there are many possibilities of new partnerships, you know, a new friendship, a new mentor, a new business partner. You know, so to stay open to the idea of leaning on someone and being able to trust them again. That's a big one. You know, a lot of people are like, I do everything myself and I'm good. I like doing things myself, that way I know it's done right. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but in this case, Spirit's saying that I'm sending you someone divine, and I need you to be an open channel so that way when I do send them to you, you don't turn them away. You know, be open to it. As far as your environment, this new change may require a move. I know you're laughing at me right now. You have the Chariot. That is the fastest card in the deck. This move might come up quick, and you're going to be packing your stuff before you know it, and it's going to happen real fast, right? You're going to make this change, and you're going to commit to it, and you're just going to be like, all right, I'm just going to go with the flow, and here we go. And I'm telling you, tie your britches on, because they might fly off, right? But, you know, this person, if you look at him, or her in this case, she's fierce, man. She's not afraid. She's just gonna walk it right through it. I got this, no big deal. Like, yeah, shit's flying by me at 90 miles an hour. I'm juggling this, and I'm good. I ain't phased one bit. Bring it on, right? That's the kind of energy that Spirit wants you to step into to tackle this. Onto your hopes and fears, right? We have the Temperance card in reverse. You're afraid that you're going to make a mistake. You're going to throw your life out of balance, that you're not being guided by all that's good, by your highest good, right? You might feel that this is a selfish change. Maybe your kids don't want to move, right? Maybe your friends are like, oh no, I'm gonna miss you too much, don't go. This is not about them, right? And your highest good and you serving yourself is going to set a good role model for your children, for your friends. And they're going to be like, they may not see it right away, but over time they're going to be like, I see that this change was really good for you. And I applaud you for your bravery and all the effort that you put into this. You're going to inspire others by making big moves. There's no risk, no reward, right? And if you do this with that fierce chariot energy, they're gonna be inspired. They're gonna be like, man, I didn't think you had it in you, or, shit, I thought this was doomed to fail and this and that. There's no way. I knew a bunch of people who tried this and it went straight to shit. But it wasn't their path. It's yours. It was meant for you. You'll know what your path is, right? So, for your outcome, I usually only take one card for your outcome, and I tried to put them back. Spirit said nope. So we have 3 cards for your outcome. You have the 8 of Pentacles on the fence. You have the Knight of Swords upright. And you also have the 6 of Wands upright. You are leading to a brand new victory and success in whatever this new thing is, right? Overcoming these 10 wands. Removing negative people from your life. It's going to make you fly like a butterfly. You're just going to soar to new heights that you didn't even think of. You might have dreamt it this way, and it's Spirit saying, oh no, I'm going to make it 10 times bigger than that. You just wait. But it's 8 of Pentacles is all about hard work, dedication, time, taking the time and not rushing everything, and doing it thoroughly, right? Doing it to perfect your craft, to make it special and individualized by you, because what you bring to it is what's going to make it a success. So everyone else did it this way and you need to do it that way. Well, everyone else didn't succeed, but I'm going to succeed because I'm going to do it my own way. Now, I'm not saying be reckless and loose with your money or nothing like that, but make smart decisions and then stand by it. And then when one doesn't pan out, just keep trying. Keep trying, keep trying. You can get 100 no's before you get a yes, right? That's about working hard and knowing that it's meant for you, because it really is. It really is. You have the 6 of Wands here. That is all about victory, success, standing in the light, fierce energy again, right? You do have the Knight of Swords. So it's not the fastest knight, but it's a fast one, so you definitely have some things that are going to move along pretty quickly here, as long as you stand in your own truth. The synchronicities here are they're all over the place. You're definitely starting something, or you're going to follow through and finish something up that you had already begun. I don't know, that just popped in. So maybe you had given up on it because, you had the 3 of Swords prior upright, which is, all these people in your ear going, you can't do it. How are you going to make that work? You're making you doubt yourself. You shut those energies. You shut those terrible monkeys in your ear. Get rid of them all. That's your near future. You might have to let people just fall away. Now, I understand when you do that, it takes time to mourn these people and to truly let them go, and to forgive them and yourself for listening to it, to believing it. And don't forget to forgive yourself in the fact that, oh man, I didn't believe in myself enough to stand up to these people, but I do now. And stand in that truth, So, don't be ashamed of it, but that will give you the tools you need in the future to move forward and set healthier boundaries with people. So when they do say things like that to you, you'll be like, ah, you're like so-and-so. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need you. Hit the road. Keep moving forward on your path, right? Well, I tell you what, this is a powerful energy for this week, or whenever this reading finds you, so just remember that all my readings are timeless, even though they are time-stamped. If Spirit sent this to you a year later, that it was meant to find you a year later, right? Messages are just messages, they're just that, and this is just when I recorded it. So when you're ready to hear it, that's when it will find you, okay? Well, if you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe. Cooper is here, but he is off camping and doing his own sweet little thing. So he's taking walks in the woods, and he was a little too busy to show up for this one. So I apologize for that. But I'm sure if you watched the video earlier, he was in that one. So if you were missing Cooper a little bit, I completely understand. All right. Well, until next time, you guys, and love and light.